Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. The most feared nightmares have come true. The zombie apocalypse is upon us. Actually it's happening right now, and I am risking whatever is left of my humble existence to be here in the midst of these ruins that were once a very, very active, rich, culturally active city full of perfume shops. Now abandoned because the zombies have taken over. A few are fallen off this building still. But I just wanted to film this video. If this was going to be my last moment on Earth as a human, not yet turned into a zombie, I thought, what's my last wish before the zombies get me? Well, that would be to make a perfume video. Yeah. So I thought to myself, I've been living alone in this city for months now, and there's nobody here to talk to. All I see from time to time are zombies, and I gotta run away from them because I try talking to them. There's no reasoning with the zombie. And then I started experimenting with perfumes. What perfume would I wear for the zombie apocalypse? And then I started wearing certain perfumes for certain occasions. And how did the zombies react or not react? Let's say, and I hope you never find yourself in the situation that I am in right now, where you have to run away from zombies for dear life. And trust you me, after a couple of months, I've had it up to here eating canned foods that I have to hunt from supermarkets that have closed down. You know what I mean? It's really, because there's nothing else to eat at this point. I only got a short time left because sooner or later, the nuclear power plants are all going to go in overload. Nobody's taking care of anything. So these are my last days on Earth. And so let's talk about the zombies. If you ever find this tape, well, it's probably going to be useless to you, because who cares about perfumes after all humanity is gone and only zombies roam about? If you are still alive and watching, subscribe to my channel, thumb up this video, and push the notification bell to get notified. Well, to get notified whenever I post the few videos that I have pre-recorded that will go online after I'm gone. And then, c'est la vie! Ciao, bella! Chi s'è visto, s'è visto. Thumb up the video. Now, here's the first perfume that I would recommend for the zombie apocalypse. Let's see which one it is and why. Fendi's Eau de Toilette. Now, mind you, this is a funny one. Yeah, I'm all alone here spewing dad jokes at a certain point in time in life, because what are you going to do? Who am I going to talk to? Nobody. Talking to myself. But there was a thing when humanity was still alive, criticism towards fragrances that had been discontinued and then brought back to life as reformulations, in some cases decades after they've been originally released. So Fendi was released in the second half of the 80s originally. Fabulous chypre. And I'm saying, like, I've smelled the original formulation of Fendi. Gorgeous. To die for. In this environment, literally. But here's the thing. They've discontinued it, and then somebody bought the rights to it. I don't know what happened. Distribution changed. They brought this poor creature back to life like a zombie. And its reformulated version is vile. Vile. And it coined one of the terms of zombie reformulations and zombie perfumes, believe it or not. And this one falls into that category. So I'm choosing as my number one the reformulated version of Fendi, not because it's a perfume you should wear during a zombie apocalypse, but rather because this is the zombie perfume of the zombie apocalypse. The symbology of it all, the symbology. It's a chypre. It had a slightly animalic accord, but in its reformulated state, it really smells like Fendi died, was buried, and became a zombie and dug its way out from the ground, and parts of its body are gone, and other parts have been kind of readjusted and repositioned, almost as if they were a sort of Monster of Frankenstein. Now, one could argue that the Monster of Frankenstein, at least in cinematographic history, was the first zombie in our history. Technically, not a zombie as like Night of the Living Dead, but a zombie in terms of it was a dead person, several different bodies reassembled together, and then through electricity, life was, kind of like shot back into them. And this kind of creature wakes up. It's a walking zombie. I mean, Frankenstein is a zombie at the end of the day. A little more sophisticated, perhaps, because he's not eating flesh. So he's not infected by some zombie type of virus. But then we could also argue, are all zombies zombies because they've been infected by some weird, creepy virus? Or are some zombies zombies because they've been dead bodies brought back to life through different methodologies? We could talk about that, but that's maybe a video to be done for my totally Dacob pop culture channel. Let's stick to the perfumes. What's my second one? Thumb up the video while you're at it. Subscribe. Let's see my second perfume for the zombie apocalypse. Hear me out on this one. Hit it. You don't want to smell too much of anything animalic or living. You don't want a smell of living flesh. You don't want the musk. You don't want the civet. You don't want anal glands of some little animal to perfume you. You want something that smells of nothing. Molecule 01 from the eccentric molecules, which is literally, they nominate and mention one ingredient, which is the iso-E super, which literally, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Biggest scam in perfume history, allegedly. Smells of nothing. Okay, and everybody, the power of suggestion. Everybody who wears it reads the story of this and says it smells different on everybody's skin. And I'm like, literally, whoever I've ever smelled while there were still human beings on this planet wearing this perfume, they're like, look, I'm wearing Molecule 01, and I smell it. I'm like, I just smell your skin. And they're like, yeah, isn't it amazing? I'm like, you smelled like this yesterday before you wore this. So anyway, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but wear this if you don't want a zombie to smell you. You want a zombie to not smell you, and you want a chance at survival, but you still want to feel like a human being. You still want to feel like you're feeling your oats. Like, let me spray some perfume because I am special. Even though everybody else around you is gone because there's only zombies. So you're going to spray this on because it's going to help you not get noticed or smelled by zombies. Leave it to the Germans to create something like this, huh? Moving on. My number 3, different reason to wear my third one. What would it be? Let's see. Well, well, well. Well, I never. Jeremy Tonsil Stone fragrance. What do you know? Date for men, even though they say it's a unisex. Now hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Since humanity's gone anyway, I might as well throw up more dad jokes out into the water. If you were to get horny during a zombie apocalypse, but there's no other fellow human around you, and you wanna try your luck with a zombie lady. Sorry, I'm just drinking the antidote, trying to preserve myself and not turn yet. I only have a little bit left, though, and I gotta be very careful how I consume this. Otherwise, it might not end well in this video for me. If you were to get a little horny, and you want to do a little satin with a little lady, or guy, zombie lady, zombie guy, I thought to myself, well, Jeremy Tonsil Stone fragrance. Yeah, he keeps talking about panty droppers. I'm like, okay, let's put his Date for Men perfume in this list. If you want that zombie lady to drop her panties for you in the zombie apocalypse because you're so horny, your hand is not enough anymore. Try this one. Try this one out. Who knows? Maybe it has the power to turn a zombie back human for a minute or two, just to give mankind a bit of a vibe of like, to give that zombie a brain for a second and not wanted to eat you fully. You know what I'm saying? So here's the ingredients. Alberto Morillas created this perfume. Alberto, you deserve better, darling. Alberto did some great perfumes in his career. I mean, granted, he also designed the perfume Barbie, but we digress. So, Oriental Fruity, they call it. We're not allowed to say that anymore, but since all humanity is dead, we can say whatever we want. But let's just call it an amber. We have a clash of 4 fruits, so they says, bergamot, lemon, mandarin, juniper, berry, mixed with a clash of oriental sexual masculinity of 4 notes, patchouli, oud, vetiver, and cardamom. That's basically the description of date for men, yeah? The sexuality. Well, and I hope you never get into a zombie apocalypse, but if you ever, heaven forbid, were to find yourself in one and you're the only living man or woman alive and you're horny and you're not enough for yourself, try this and see if it's a panty dropper for the zombies. My number 4th, but before we get to it, thumb up this video and subscribe. 'Tis the season, after all, isn't it? I mean, it is Halloween season as we're filming this video, and I'm just all alone in this city. Just look at this. I thought I heard something. I'm running out of time. My number 4. Here's the thing. Now for real. Now for real. I'm thinking, you know what? Here's the thing. You really don't want to smell of anything natural. You want to wear perfume? Wear perfume. But you don't want to wear anything natural. You don't want the zombies to smell fresh flesh on you. Now, if any of you ever watched Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World for that matter, you can either cover yourself, Jurassic Park, I think Jurassic Park 3 with the Spinosaurus, yep, or Jurassic World 1 with the Indominus Rex. I am that geek. Again, more of a topic for totally Dacob. But since it's smell related, in Jurassic Park 3, one of the characters rubs themselves fully with dinosaur feces to cover up their flesh smell so that the dinosaurs, the meat eater carnivore dinosaurs, don't really smell fresh flesh and don't hunt them. In Jurassic World 1 with Indominus Rex, we do have Chris Pratt cutting off the oil underneath a car and spilling it all over himself like the gasoline so that that gasoline covers the stench of his own sweat, body, odor, so that the Indominus Rex sniffs, smells gross, walks away. That's what we do here. This is Comme des Garçons from the synthetic range. They issued 5 of these back in the early 2000s. 5 different perfumes, but I particularly am focusing on this one called Garage. Yeah, Garage. So back in the early 2000s, Comme des Garçons started this concept of fighting against perfumes, fighting against the natural aspects of perfumes. It was a conceptual journey that Comme des Garçons went on, and I loved that journey. It was so fun and whimsical. Where have those times gone? Well, now it's too late anyway. Everybody's dead. But when they were still alive, humans had fun. Humans knew how to have fun. Shortly before the apocalypse began, poof, you should have seen the political correctness, honey. The don't say a joke because you're going to get canceled. The Don't breathe too loud when you're working in the office because you're going to get called into HR and then fired. The don't even go take the subway anymore because if you do, you're considered not polite. You're taking up somebody else's space. By the end of humanity, nobody was going into the subways anymore because it was deemed unpolite. Oh, people were frustrated. Terrible times. Sometimes I think, you know what? The zombie apocalypse was for the better. But here we is. I somehow magically survived this long, so I'm going to share with you this little secret here. Garage. Comme des Garçons had this witty idea of creating a perfume collection of synthetically smelling fragrances that had nothing to do with natural ingredients. So if you spray this on yourself, you will smell like a garage. And they've also conceived this gorgeous little design of kind of like conceptualized garbage cans with a garbage bag inside of them, a black garbage bag. Inside of this plastic foliage is the perfume. And the more you use it, the more it kind of shrivels up. This plastic bag just kind of dries up as the perfume is being used. You take the lid off, there's the sprayer. This was a little bit too expensive to make as a concept, so Comme des Garçons at a certain point stopped producing these bottles, but they're still making the perfume. They're just selling it in a regular glass bottle. At a certain point, you know, pity because you lose the whimsy. And why did we lose the whimsy? Because people started losing sense of humor. And that's why these perfumes also had to change to a regular glass bottle. Sad, but true. But this perfume smells of garage, not of humanity whatsoever. And in fact, it says Comme des Garçons has launched the project Parfum series in the year 2000. Fragrances of each of the lines are united around the common topic. In 2004, Comme des Garçons have declared war to natural components and launched the next series of anti-perfumes, Series 6, the synthetic anti-perfumes. The smells of a big city are captured in a transparent plastic bottle, in which you can observe a garbage bag. Everyone finds something familiar and even dear in it, just as we like the strange smells of our childhood. Garage is a very romantic fragrance which will most probably be liked by men, as it evokes childhood memories of garage, father's car, various interesting tools that smell manly, just as a boy can perceive. It is a romantic, boyish smell connected to the dream of becoming a man amongst zombies. The poetry. What a way to go. My last day on Earth and I'm wearing garage. Who knew that humanity was going to end on this note? Except let me see if I can survive a little bit longer. Just enough time to share the last perfume with you. You see, I'm not gonna go out without a blaze of glory. Honey? Anybody knows what this is? Coffee? And now my antidote again? Rammstein, the band, the music band. They were one of the first to perish in the apocalypse, by the way. Poor Rammstein. But anyway, as humanity still existed, they made a little perfume called cocaine. So I thought to myself, what's my last day on Earth going to be? My last day on Earth? I'm going to wear garage to try to not smell of anything human so the zombies don't recognize me. And then I'm going to spritz a little cocaine. Because, honey, if I'm going to go with eyes wide open. I'm going to go with my blood pacing and racing. I'm going to go with a heartbeat that equals maybe Roger from American Dad when he's high on coke. But damn it, if I'm going to go wearing garage and cocaine. Cheers, bitches. By the way, top note in cocaine is gasoline. And a bit of chalk. IYKYK. IYKYK. I want to inhale so much of this cocaine perfume that my eyeballs Pop! Oh, what the hell? I think I'm turning, you guys. I am becoming a zombie after all. Before I'm completely gone, subscribe, thumb up this video, and never forget to never give up on flesh-eating love.